Welcome to Yes Offense. Trigger warning, disclaimer, whatever you want to call it. This podcast will feature graphic language about sex, race, violence, and anything else that might make people uncomfortable. However, this is a comedy podcast, and everything and anything talked about on it should be viewed as an attempt at humor. Like, if you hear anything on this podcast you don't agree with or like, please just turn it off. No one on here is a politician or actually affecting the way you live. So if you genuinely have a problem with anything said on here, redirect your energy at a real issue going on in the real world. Now let's get into the show.
A classic clap. Does it bring you back?
Yeah, no. Back in the, I've had to teach many people, myself included, that you can't do the clap with gloves on. Learned that one the hard way.
Oh my God.
Ridicule.
Why? It doesn't come off good on the
It
audio?
looks like shit. Yeah, it looks and sounds like shit, and it doesn't give you the thing you need.
Hell yeah. Along with our shitty clap, we have some spooky lighting today on the pod for
Yes,
our
from
spooky.
the illustrious Comedy Works,
Yeah.
Saratoga Springs, New York.
Yeah, and gotta say, it's highly alcoholic themed, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the theme of all the wall art is alcoholism.
It really is. Look at this. We got
And not
Oscar
like-
Wilde. Yeah.
Not like vanity license plates or like little things like tchotchkes, like murals,
yeah.
drunken murals.
Of just comedians' quotes on alcohol.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
pretty
they're pushing it. I
intense.
think they're reopening this section as like a lounge. I mean, there's no table to put your drink down, really. I mean, I guess they have the little crates.
The little crates like these. It's almost the equivalent, I feel like, of going to a dispensary where Snoop Dogg's on the wall and just says, hey, 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 smoke weed every day.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fucking
like
rules.
Cheech Chong, Snoop Dogg,
It really is.
Seth Rogen,
Yeah,
Joe Rogan,
Joe Rogan. All the Rogans you could get in.
Jamie, pull that up. Joe Rogan.
Sips his whiskey in parentheses. Hell yeah, guys. Well, guys, welcome to Yes Offense. I'm your host, as always, Alex Tomaselli, and I'm here today with a very highly requested guest. Ever since everyone's found out you've been taking me on the road, Zac Amico, everybody.
I'm happy to be here, buddy.
Yeah,
my
dude.
little, my new little guy.
Thanks, man.
We had a very romantic day today.
Yeah, we did. Women wish they could have the days we had
If
together
people knew
with
how
their
much
significant
of
others.
comedy is just two guys having a lovely day. No irony, no.
Nothing.
We just drove around, got high, and I mean, really, we could call it record and toy shopping. We went antiquing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Girls would want to go and look at, like, you know, a typewriter that hasn't been used. But like, what do you think was written on that? You're like, I don't. The N-word.
Yeah. I looked at Chris Benoit figures.
Yeah, dude. I love a good fucking comic book shop, dude. And we found a few of them. We found one that was a double, a comic book shop and a record shop, and then one that was just a comic book shop. Both cool.
Everything great. It seems like we're in Saratoga Springs, New York. It's about 3.5, 4 hours out of the city.
Yeah. 3.5 with no traffic. Yeah, that's it.
And it seems like a lot of people. It doesn't seem like the stores are here for profit.
No.
I think it's just a hobby. Like, they live in the building.
Yeah.
They go downstairs and they have their things. The one place, they had a bunch of like vintage Marvel toys not on display, just like hung up from the ceiling. And I'm like, oh, those are definitely like, mother won't let me have these in the house. So they go in the store. But no, you're not allowed to touch them or buy them. They are my things.
It's a lot like I was telling you earlier. It's a lot like it reminds me. Saratoga Springs reminds me of towns in Connecticut like Avon and fucking Clinton and all that shit. It's just really, it's like some of it's working class, but the rest is just nice residential houses and like boutiques and shit like that.
Yeah, it's very nice. And then, of course, because it's me and you, we had to go to the silliest looking place to eat possible.
Yeah, Frank. What was it called?
Something
Mike's hot. I think it's Mike's Hot Dogs.
It was something Win, right? Or there was,
Hold on.
there was like
You know
a
what?
fun name, Mighty.
We're gonna find. I typed it in earlier. Give me 10 seconds. Oh my God, you fucker! It's never. They never put the things. Oh, it's in Google Maps. God damn it! This is
No,
embarrassing.
I want people to know to go to this place.
First prize Mike's.
First prize,
Saratoga
Mike's.
Springs.
It was.
Oh, sorry. Schenectady.
yeah,
Yeah.
Schenectady.
Yeah.
It was exactly. We were driving, and I just saw hot dogs, and you just saw the word sauce. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, I think we found our spot. Go in. It's exactly what you want. Metal counter. I watched a guy, one of the cooks, and I'm using the term lightly, man with spatulas.
Yo, for real.
Go to pull out 2 giant knives. I don't know, did you watch him do this?
I didn't see. I saw him do a lot of things, but not what you're saying.
He goes to pull 2 giant knives out from under a drawer, and one just fell and almost completely sliced his leg open, and he just went, oops, looked at me like sheepishly, and picked it up and kept cooking.
That dude, is it the Hispanic-looking gentleman?
Yeah, the Hispanic guy. He was reckless.
He looked like a dude. This man, he would go, did you order a cheeseburger? And if you said no, he looked at you like you just fucked his girlfriend. He was like, this isn't your fucking cheeseburger. Like, and
he got no orders right.
No, not one.
By the way, we were sitting eating our food.
Right in front of him, too.
Right in front of him for a while.
Yeah.
And he would come up and be like, you ordered breakfast? No, but there's no one else by us has food, but we were just the closest people. But it was exactly one metal counter.
Yeah.
They had, maybe 8 things on the menu?
Yeah, cheeseburgers, sausage cheeseburgers,
yes,
hot dogs,
fries,
French fries, and then
rings.
breakfast.
Yeah, breakfast, and I think like a steak sandwich.
Yes, steak sandwich.
That was it, and it was everything you wanted.
It was the best. It's
Sit
like
at the counter,
yeah,
be a goddamn gentleman about it. Talk shit about minorities walking
Staff?
by.
Yeah,
openly shitting on people for walking by with their pants sagging.
The woman who served us in front of staff and other customers went, that person looks retarded.
Yeah.
And then made my lunch. Dude.
Then the other cook referred to that person as, as far as newly minted racial terms, I don't know if do you remember what he called him?
It was hood.
A hood bugger. Which also sounds like how a child would order a hood burger.
I was just looking into the floor, trying not to crack up like too hard. I loved it, dude.
And it was everything we wanted. Exact same order, because the same fat kid lives inside you that lives on the outside of me. 2 dogs.
Chili, mustard, onions.
Sauce, they call it.
Yep, the sauce.
Sauce, onions, mustard, fries, and a Pepsi.
Yeah,
and
dude.
I got to tell you, the perfect midday.
It was so fucking
We went to a little park,
smoked
a bone first, in a gazebo. What was that, like a pavilion?
It was a pavilion that they would do music at, but none of it was mowed, so it was like all grassy and shit.
Yeah, so we sat, got a little high, had some dogs. It was as good as it gets.
Dude, if you and I were like romantic, we would be fucking hard right now.
If we were a gay couple, this would be the last day on Last of Us.
Yeah.
With Ron Swanson. If we were a gay couple, as I died and Alex sat and held my hand, this would be the day that we reminisce. We would both close our eyes and see this day.
Yeah, right. I don't like how you were the skinny one in that one, but it's fine. Dude, the other thing. Oh, yeah. For Connecticut listeners and stuff, this place was a lot like Capital Lunch in New Britain, which is another hot dog joint. If we ever do a gig out there, dude, we're going there.
Oh,
you'll love it. It's fucking bang. But I love that shit.
Lots of places by here, it seems like the restaurants are either like they look like houses that someone put seating in, or they're like that straight up like sit at the counter, everything steel diner.
This place
we're in real America.
Yeah, this place reminds me of Maine too, like where we've been, where you're driving.
Yeah, except there's not a dispensary
every 2 blocks.
Every 2 blocks, and there wasn't just a giant mass shooting exactly where we were.
Yeah, that's true. Jesus Christ.
Mike Gray texted me the night of the shooting. And he was like, bet you're glad you came to Maine 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, dude, I texted that the lady friend I met out in there, and I checked if she was okay. She was. Thank God.
Thank God.
Yeah.
He would be my least favorite shooter of all time.
Yeah,
if
dude.
he destroyed that,
take that ass away from this world.
that fucking that fucking dump truck.
She's a great lady.
Shout out this. I mean, I slept on a futon next to a hell beast of a dog that would bark and go nuts if I like moved an inch. The second I saw this chick, I was fine with it.
Yeah, that's right. I remember.
I was like, dude, you know what? Reach for the stars.
Yeah, Zach came. We were on the road, and I met up with a lady, and I was like, Zach, we didn't have a place to stay either. I just kind of shoved you off with a comic. Well, I shoved you. We found a place, but I was like, I don't know how to get you there. Can you go? And then you went.
Yeah.
And you were cool. You were like,
hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, man.
And then they had a room for both of us the next night, and I got it to myself.
That again.
Yeah.
You two, I've never seen you have more pep in your step than when you left my car the day before. Like, you packed all your food and beer into a cooler, and you're like, all right, buddy, have a good night. And you were
that's
like,
because we had just gotten 2 pounds of lobster that I was taking home for mac and cheese the next day. And then, I had just stopped it. That was the gas station run where that old man wanted to be my best friend.
yes.
Because he goes, what are you, like an 80s guy? And I'm like, sure, crazy old man. He's like, me, I love 70s, 80s, 90s. And I'm like, oh, so you just like music.
Yeah.
He was just naming the years that he's been alive.
Big before hip-hop got too relevant.
He was naming all the years white people made good music. And then, I had a little Jim Beam action. And then I ordered something stupid that night, too. I can't remember what I ordered. I get the mashed potato pizza.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah,
that was
down the street. I had one of those in Italy, believe it or not. Yeah, when I went there recently. Pretty good. By the way, pizza in Italy, way fucking better than I anticipated.
I believe it. It's very different, right?
You know, they eat pizza out there in restaurants. Like, the only place I saw a pizzeria like New York City was Rome. But out there, we all had to go sit down, and then they bring it down. They don't really chop it for you, per se. You have to kind of rip it. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I used to go to a place like that in Jersey with my family called Tutto Amato Mio. And it was a sit-down, really nice Italian place. And it was connected to, like, an Italian specialty supermarket.
Those are the best.
It was awesome, but when you went in, it was ginzoed out. Like, I remember being a kid and not understanding what the mob was.
Yeah.
But I knew the dudes in there were like something. And it's funny because years later, so now I live in Bay Ridge, and I used to live on 92nd Street. And there was one restaurant that you would walk by, and you're like, this is definitely a mob restaurant.
Right.
And then I dated a girl for a while who would always claim that her dad was affiliated. And we walked by there one day. She's like, that's a scary restaurant. She's like, the people hang out there are bad. And then we saw on my wife watches all the fucking Housewives shows.
Yeah, and Mob Wives, too.
And Mob Wives and shit. One of them went to that. An episode was in there. And I'm like, so it either is or it's a place for people that really desperately want to have the image that they are.
Have you ever been to Goodfellas in New Haven?
No, I've been to. There's a Goodfellas in Niagara Falls, New York.
Yeah.
That's a wing and square pie bar, sports bar. And I'm obsessed with it because it's the worst.
Yeah?
It's the kind of place where you get, the pizza's so bad it comes with your drinks.
Oh,
but it's like that flat style. It's not like flatbread, but like square. It's the kind of.
It's like cafeteria pizza?
Very much so, but it's the kind of pizza that if you let it get cold, it gets sweet.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Not the biggest fan.
Yeah, you have like 10 seconds to eat it. Great wings though, because they do the wings there char grilled.
Oh, I'm a fan.
Which for people who don't know, it means they put them in the deep fryer, finish them almost, then throw them on the grill so they're deep fried with the black char marks.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Yeah, that's a good piece of business.
The Goodfellas in Connecticut is an Italian restaurant, and every single room is Goodfellas playing on just a TV.
Oh, wonderful.
And, I thought it would be the greatest restaurant, but I'm not the biggest fan. I'm not going to lie. But just to go there and
it
chill,
does sound like
fun.
going to an all-Christmas restaurant. Or, like TGI McScratchy's.
What's that?
It's where it's New Year's every day on The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah. Please kill me.
The green room in the stand is supposed to look like Goodfellas.
I know.
It's got Tommy's mom's painting on the wall. It's got all that dumb shit.
It's the
Nothing
poker
could
room.
say dumb Italians thought this would be nice.
Yeah.
Hey, it should look like that movie.
That movie we all love universally. Everyone loves Italian stuff.
Yeah. You know what class up this joint? Christmas lights. Why? Because it's Christmas in the movie. Fucking dumb dagos.
Dude, Italians, all Italians do are like, what would make this better if something of ours was here.
Yeah, absolutely. No.
Let's get a statue of a lion for no reason.
I've told you about Villa Tony, right?
No.
When I was a kid, my dad would always show people this house. It was like 2 or 3 towns over from Secaucus. I can't remember what town it was. But there was a house where this guy had a big Guinea battleship of a house, 2 floors, wrought iron gates, and he had to have, I would say, upwards of 30 statues on pillars surrounding the house.
Wait,
and it was exactly
not for sale.
No.
Okay.
No, it was not the Fountains of Wayne store that Tony met the cop at after he got him fired. It was legitimately the guy's house, and it had every, Virgin Mary, lions, Jesus, every statue. And in the wrought iron gate, it said Villa Tony, Tony's house. And my dad would drive there, people all the time. We would go, holy shit, look at this place. One day, Tony came out.
Yeah.
Saw us parked there, and I mean, out of a movie. Guinea tee, sweatpants, paper under his arm, waved, and he goes, hey, you like my house?
That's a fucking cartoon character coming.
Yeah, it was. He stepped off of a can of ravioli. Hey, how you doing? You like my house? Come on, mancha.
Boppity boopy. What's up, buddy? What you do? Are you just watching? This is one of the wait staff. The wait staff here is great, by the way. They're very nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Is that filming? Can you tell? Please let me know. I'm paranoid. Good.
Thank
I
you.
always get paranoid about it. It's always good.
Yeah,
It's nothing I can. Yeah, it's just weird. No. Zach, you good? Drink?
I'm good. Thank you, though.
Thank you, buddy. The Villa Tony, dude. Fucking. You just fucking. Fuck.
We used to go there, and there was
sorry.
another house in North Bergen that when you drove by it at the correct angle, you realized the bricks had swastikas in them. And that was a house where the Bund met. The Bund was the American German sympathizers. And my dad would take his house. You would go by it one way, but you had to look up at it, and you realize full swast.
Nice. It wasn't the Hindu ones where they're backwards either? No.
Oh, no. It was the circle and everything.
Oh, jeez, dude. I once I got an argument with a girl at a party once because we had a mutual friend who's no longer my friend at this time, too, because he got a swastika tattooed on his arm, and the girl was like, well, I don't know anything about that, so I'm not one to judge. And I was like, he has a swastika tattooed on his arm. I'm not making this up. She's like, but I don't know what his relationship is with that symbol. I'm like, it's a Nazi symbol.
The best case scenario.
Iron Eagle too. It wasn't even
the best case scenario is it was a tribute
Indiana
to
Jones.
someone he loved who died, who was a Nazi.
Even then, it's like,
even then, it's like, I bet they like something else too,
right? It's if it was like. I wanted to show the ending of Indiana Jones when their faces are melting. It's like, okay.
Yeah. I had my mom's cousin is a weird guy.
Yeah.
And at my high school graduation party, he decided to, I don't know why, after years of not speaking to anyone, being very odd and a lone man, decides to go full prison yard on my parents' deck, take off his shirt,
and flex
and
the
throw
eagle.
out at the colors.
Oh God, dude!
And he's got a full iron cross on his chest.
Yeah,
and I think some other a certain skull.
Yep, the Cyclops one. Yeah,
and he had him, and he just
popped
his shirt. Yeah. By the way, this is like my mom's friends and family. There's not contingency. It's not. We're not at a biker bar.
What triggered this?
I don't know. I think we were talking about something, and he asked me if I had any tattoos yet, and I was 17, so I said no. He's like, yeah, I got a few. But then instead of showing me privately, just full display. And I haven't really seen him since.
I had another mutual friend, and actually this kid, I know he's kind of made a bit of a turnaround since then, but he had the full Cyclops chest. Oof. And I looked at it because I didn't know what it was. I was like, dude, your tattoo's pretty wild. What is it? And he was like, it's like an Aryan Cyclops. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. It just takes you out of it.
A couple of years, we're going to my friend's wedding in Woodstock, New York. And we're driving, and my friend's got a bus, and we're all going up, and it was a long drive, so we left at night, and then we got a hotel room like an hour outside of the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the shittiest motel in the world, and it's like 20 of us packed into 2 rooms. And me and my buddy Pat at the time was my drinking buddy. So we have 40s, at like 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
Because we're going to a wedding of 2 people. We really would go to their wedding. And, we're sitting outside having some beers. And it was a wedding, and at the time, we're broke. So Doc Martens were the only dress shoes I had.
Of course, yeah.
We both just had black Doc Martens.
Yeah.
So this is before we have our wedding shit on. We both just have like undershirts and pants, and we're both putting on our Doc Martens. And there's in the room next to us all these welders who we noticed called a cab to take them to the liquor store in the morning.
Yeah.
And it was because they all had DUIs.
Okay.
And it couldn't get to the liquor store. So they asked us if we needed anything, and we're like, yes, we do. So we give the welders some money, and they see us putting our boots on, and the one comes over and does a laces check.
What's a laces?
He checked is so there's I think it's not as enforced as it used to be.
Oh, okay. I see. All right.
But certain colored laces.
Right, red, like green room. They talk, yeah.
White means white pride. Red means you spill blood for your race.
Right.
And I had rainbow laces.
So you killed gay people for the cause?
Or I raped men. And I remember those 2 dudes were trying to feel us out. And they both, this is very gay in retrospect. This is very a Top Gun way of doing this. Both popped tops off and went full shirtless and sat down next to us to show us they had Nazi tattoos. And we're like, we got to go.
Yeah.
Because me and Pat were both, just bisexual alcoholics. We're bad at dressing.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
So they just mistook us for Nazis.
Oh, wow, dude. No, I've never had anything like that happen. Jeez, dude. None of them.
Sometimes you get mistaken for a Nazi.
I get mistaken for the opposite. I get mistaken for being a Jew all the time. In the city, like the Jews stop me in the city and go, "My friend, are you Jewish?" And I go, "No." And they go,
I can say it.
Yeah. Oh, I.
The gangly. Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to say it.
I'm nebbishy when I'm always like, I can't spend money on this. I need to get home.
You're particular.
Yeah.
These are all not bad things. But
I know.
I can say it.
I do wheeze sometimes too.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Yeah, man. I'm trying to think of anything else that happened to us while we were on the road this past week.
It's been
weekend.
very easy.
Yeah, the motel. There's a dog.
Oh, so
which is just.
I am a bit I make fun of Mr. Tomaselli here. I am miserly at best, and I think I'm generous with you.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I try to be, get all your food and shit.
I appreciate this.
No, it's part of my job, but I always try to find. This is not the cheapest area to find a room in. It's a vacation town, so I called a bunch of places and I found a motel that was like maybe 100, and I called the guy and talked him down to 70.
Yeah.
As another one of my skills, which
I've
I've
noticed.
been watching me do today at all the stores, ask what kind of a deal I could get. And it's worked every time.
Oh, I should have done that with the bag. I just was like, I don't know how to work
I got
this
deals
guy.
on all my stuff I bought today. But we go in, and it was a shit motel. It's fine. Smelled good. But then immediately it started to fall apart in this order. The room next to us, dog.
Yep.
Going nuts.
Yeah, and not even like it barked. Then it just started like moaning, like
unhappy dog.
It's just so sad. It wanted to play with its owner.
Unhappy dog.
And all the sorry.
Then I went to go to the facilities, and I did not fit on the toilet. There was the way where it was wall, toilet, and then wall for the shower. And when I sat down on the toilet, both my elbows didn't. I had a shit. Like I was in like a lunge position, and I was like, "Oh, this might be not great."
Yeah.
And then, as you were outside smoking, I go to open the door, and I just big honking stink bug on the wall.
Those
It
are
was
big
so
boys.
big that you saw it crushed in my napkin and still thought it was fucking huge.
I came inside and was like, the fuck was that? And you're like, it's a bug. I'm like, that's the biggest bug I've seen ever, dude.
And then this morning,
Another one.
I woke up with one on my pillow.
They were
Right
stink
next to
bugs.
me.
At least it wasn't a roach, I said.
Yeah. It was. They were too big, but with like the horn.
Yeah, they do.
Horned stink bugs.
They do. They walk around, and if they're not hurt, but if you kill them, it will smell like shit.
Yeah, so that was what we were dealing with at the room ski last night.
Yeah, man. Dude, I don't know if you saw the other people at the hotel in our rooms, but they had a very Breaking Bad look.
Yeah, no, I think I, as someone who calls motels and sees what kind of deal I can get, I have more than one time stayed in a place where I'm like, I think I'm the only person not selling drugs.
Yeah. You guys, again, Connecticut listeners, Berlin Turnpike hotels type deal. There's this whole strip in Connecticut called the Berlin Turnpike where it's actually vibrant. It's a huge strip. It's got everything on it. Target, Walmart, everything, every store you could need. But there's at least 20 hotels and motels. And every time you go on it, you're like, who's staying there? And it's just people doing blow and hookers. That's all it is for that whole strip.
Yeah, in Yonkers, I found a place that the people that dropped me off very nicely said looked like it had been designed to be a horror movie.
Yeah,
like, it was hard. It was horrifying, and there was music all night. I mean, till 9 a.m, music all night. And when you Googled the motel after I had called, the first article was drug dealer and others shot in motel. And you know it's going to be a bad motel when you call and try and make a reservation, and they go, just come.
Yeah.
We'll be fine. Yeah,
We'll
just
sort it out.
And then you go, how much? And they go, we'll figure it out when you get here.
That's so funny. When
there's no protocol whatsoever.
Yeah.
But somehow those motels still have better computers than when like an Indian guy runs a Hilton. When they have a they have a computer from 1991 with like you hear like the dial up going and like, hold on, get your room in 1 second.
The hotel I went to, the way I found out it was like this. I mean, I always sort of knew, but I went to pick up my friends there who were doing blow. And when I went to pick them up and I pulled in, and there was just a guy standing outside of the hotel, sitting in the courtyard. And I pulled in and I sat there and I just stared at where I was waiting for my friends to come out. And the guy just slowly looked over at me, kind of stood up, straightened up, and then he just walked up to me sitting in my car. And I was like, fuck, I rolled my windows down. And he just comes up and goes, hey, man, why are you looking over here? And I'm like, I'm waiting to pick up my friend. He goes, oh, okay, just because you were looking at me. And that kind of got me weird. And I was like, no, I'm just picking someone up. And he was like, all right, then, and just walked away. And I was like, I just texted my friend, get the fuck out here now. Like, the guy wasn't even like, I wasn't scared of him. I was just like, that's not a normal interaction to have.
Yeah, no, there was some menacing people at the last night. There was like, even just everyone, you could just tell it was a nomadic type of person.
Definitely.
Like maybe people without an address or
on the run,
fingertips.
Yeah, or trying to locate a child. That's also on the run.
Yeah, it was a rough and tumble, but hey, saved like $30, dude.
Yeah, man, no doubt.
We spent that $30 at Stewart's.
Yeah, dude. By the way, Saratoga Falls. You guys love Stewart's, huh? The wait staff's nodded. They love Stewart's out here, dude. And I gotta say, I love Stewart's too.
Great.
We fucking love Stewart's. It was
really
so much fun.
Really powerful,
dude. We got a haul last night. What did we get? What did you get?
A meatball sub.
Yeah.
An Italian sub for breakfast. A fritter.
Yeah.
We both got fritters. I got an iced tea. You got a Coke. And I got some beers. And the electric blue lemonade.
Yeah.
Swedish fish. And you got a couple.
I got Doritos, garlic, and onion chips. Garlic and onion. And then fucking a chicken sandwich.
Oh, and I got salt and vinegar rich chips.
And a raspberry crumble cake and a chocolate chip peanut butter cookie.
Yes, you did.
It's basically like Wawa, but just I don't know, just a little more country, maybe.
Yeah, a little more country and less like more based on frozen stuff, I would say, and less hot, like good hot stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of like pre-done sandwiches in the heat, not like you can order like a hoagie.
Right. I did enjoy my.
And it is gobbler season.
That's right. Wait, is it in October too, or just November?
I think it's just November.
Okay, because I was
start middle of October.
I was in Philly. I was there a few weeks ago. All right, whatever, dude. I was there a few weeks ago. I'll get.
But
to
now
it.
there's a chain called Capriotti's that I've never had, and they have their version of the gobbler.
Pretty good.
But now there's they just because it was turkey, cranberry, stuffing on a hoagie roll. Now they've added mashed potatoes and they've added full cup of dipping gravy.
That sounds pretty fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
There's a bodega near my house, not at all the gobbler, but it's called, they have a sandwich called the Heart Attack, and it's bread, obviously fucking bread, but there's a hoagie bread, like grinder roll with chicken tenders, mozzarella sticks, secret sauce, lettuce, tomato, and onion rings. All just condensed, and I thought it would be overwhelming, and it is, but it tastes like I eat half and I keep the other half. It's so.
That's similar to the fat sandwiches at the grease trucks at Rutgers.
Oh, okay.
There's a thing that I think the place is called R, like letter R, letter U, Hungry. And they had a thing where it was the fat sandwich. It would be these big hoagies with like fries, onion rings, mozzarella sticks, gyro meat. What the bit was, if you ate so many of them in the given time, you got to name your sandwich.
Yeah.
But then all the names were either racial or sexist, and they had to change them. So it would be like, there was like the fat bitch, the fat Greek, the fat Filipino.
Oh, nice.
And they had to get rid of all those.
Oh,
but the popular one's the fat Daryl. That's the one you hear. Like I think
that does. I feel like that's been
Man
on, like,
vs. Food did
I was about to say, yeah.
Man vs. Food did that one.
They came to a place in Middleton, again, Connecticut. They came to a place in on the Berlin Turnpike. Oh, look at this, dude. Connecting dots. There's this place called Doogie's.
Connecticut Dots.
Damn, dude. That might be the name of the episode. The Doogie's in Connecticut. Another good hot dog joint. If we're ever out there, Capital Lunch is better, but Doogie's is very good, and they keep it like 50s style, but they have a deal.
No blacks.
Dude, every time when someone I bring there goes, is everything in here just trying to say no blacks without saying it? It's like keep the music down. We only play rock. It's like all this shit. Your pants are up. It really says shit like that. Where you're like, this is like, kind of like particular to
no jerseys, and then just 85 dudes are there with jerseys, but they're the right kind of jerseys,
right? All Boston teams.
Yeah.
So Doogie's has a thing where it's like they have two 2-foot long dogs with the works on it and all that, and if you can eat both of those, I think within a half hour you get a T-shirt and a picture on the wall. And the Man vs. Food guy, his thing is there, but like bigger, and like there's it's like a photo shoot and everything. They're like proud of it. So
yeah, my buddy, I was telling you about Badlands, the guy that chugs stuff.
Oh yeah.
He was telling us many moons ago. He auditioned to take over when Adam left.
Okay.
Man vs. Food, and it was the guy Casey.
Yeah.
Badlands had auditioned. And they basically told, because he like went and shot an episode with them, and they said like we can't use you because like there needs to be drama, of whether or not you can do it,
and he could just do it.
And they would be like and go, and he'd be like done, and they'd be like there's not a TV show in here. It's just
right.
It was basically Bad Rapes Food. He's got a bunch of world records. He's got the world record for dumplings.
Jeez.
A bunch of shit.
Oof.
It's not dumplings, excuse me, matzo balls.
Oh.
Which I can't imagine how hard that one is.
Yeah, those. Oh, I love matzo ball soup.
But yeah, I was telling you, he's a fucking. I mean, I'm a big boy. He's a fucking brick house. When he came to Gas Digital, he had to walk through the door sideways.
Oh wow, dude!
Because his shoulders didn't fit.
In his minor defense, it is a pretty slib door. It's like a small slib doorway, but
yeah, but he's a big honking.
Like
dude.
I have to crouch down. Sometimes
he did an Irish truck bomb.
What's that?
You know what an Irish car bomb is?
Yeah.
An Irish truck bomb is rocks glasses.
Oh, okay.
Into a pitcher of Guinness.
Oh, okay. So just much bigger.
So it's an Irish car
on a
bomb,
bigger
but
scale. Yeah.
Instead of shot glasses, rocks glasses.
Right.
And you dump them into a full pitcher of Guinness. And he did it in like it was a sip.
Ugh, that's. How does he? I don't know. I don't know how you function. Just that's a lot, dude.
He pees a lot.
Christ. Okay. That's a lot, man. I have my like fat night, you could call it, is like a large order from Checkers, and I eat like all of it in one sitting, and that's me. So I can't. Oof.
If I'm
or holiday stuff.
If I'm fucked up, I'll go big. But usually, at this point, fast food doesn't stay in me.
Just shit it out immediately.
Or no, I get like ill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I get real nauseous. So I've been eating regular people food mostly. For me, a splurge night is more of a diner night now. Because that's at least human food.
Oh, dude, a good fucking Reuben at a diner. Oh. Sorry, I'm not heavy on the food train right now.
That's my fault. This is you're on the road with me.
I have drops. I haven't used any of them yet because we've just been rolling. So I've been fucking. So, dude, the weird guy at the diner, he did recognize your super cool.
Thank you.
Pullover or cardigan?
My Freddy cardigan, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I noticed it once I saw you. I'm a fan.
Thank you. It's the ladies 5X from Hot Topic. I'm very consistent in my fashion.
Yeah, man. The fucking are you like, because you're a big horror movie guy, are there any horror movies you've seen this year that you're like, this is the shit? Or
I've been telling people X and Pearl.
Right. We talked about
are
that.
Absolutely out of this world. Pearl is so good. This Mia Goth chick gives what I can only describe as a modern day Shelley Duvall monologue towards the end of the film. That is so good. You're like, this chick must be so like the level of talent that A, she has now, B, that she is going to unlock in the next few years now that people know how good she is. I think she's the one to watch, man.
She has a very unique look, too.
Yeah, she's very pretty, but she's also kind of a girl next door type.
She have eyebrows?
I don't know.
Right?
But she's got a very distinct look.
Yeah, she's very, very attractive.
And yeah, what else did I see this year that was I think I'm trying to think. There's nothing really like stood out to me as far as new stuff other than that.
Did you ever end up watching Haunt?
No, I still have to watch
Haunt.
I have to watch that. I have to watch the zombie possession one.
Where Evil Lurks.
Where Evil Lurks,
yeah.
and there's something else I have to watch.
I gotta get that too.
And I also haven't seen the new Ari Aster movie.
Neither have I. I've heard very more on the like. I just couldn't get around. They can't wrap their head around it.
Yeah, it seems very high concept, and I don't know if I'm ready for it. I don't know if I'm in a headspace for it.
It's also 3 hours plus, and I'm working my way up to go see the North Scorsese movie, and that is also like, because I can sit. I would sit and watch the last Batman. Don't get me wrong, but and I'm sure you do this. Oh God, I make the mistake of getting way too high before I sit down in a movie theater, and I always, especially if they're reclining seats, I just go to bed.
Yep.
And I can't do that for the Scorsese one. I really want to sit and watch, but I also want to be a little baked when I watch it, so I got to plan. I
think you gotta take a regular edible and cut it into little pieces. And slowly snack on it. I would say have the first one an hour before the movie. Then, as the movie's going,
just keep popping.
Kind of time it out so that you don't get overwhelmed, but you maintain consistency.
Maybe that's not a bad idea, dude.
And then you also don't have to go outside and smoke.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty good on once. That's the thing too. I'm pretty good on smoking and sitting. I'm not like, oh, my high went away. I'm pretty set in. It's just I used to go to the movies all the time, and when I was younger, I'd smoke a joint, and it's nothing. Now I still have that in me where I'm like, I'm going to the movies. I can't. And then when I get in there, I'm like, because I'm getting up in my ears with the smoking.
I fall asleep. Sir, I was telling you, certain movies at home I just can't get through. I love the VHS movies. VHS 85, I've fallen asleep 3 times too. And like I said, it's that fucking Snyder cut of Justice League. I don't know. It's like Ambien. Like somehow, and I haven't made an hour into it yet. I think I've fallen asleep 7 times trying to watch it.
I mean, how many slow-mo shots of Jason Momoa by the water can you
Never enough.
embrace? That is true. Yeah, you're
That's why I keep falling asleep. I keep coming and falling asleep. I keep jerking off and falling asleep. I'm like, God damn it, he got me again.
You see, he does like the ring girl thing in your dream, where it turns into him coming out of the TV, but
backwards.
But then it's also like Fast Times, where he's like, "Hey Zach," it's like,
you see an ass coming out of the TV.
I've been watching you. Talk about that scene holds up hard in Fast Times when she comes out and pulls her tits out. You're like, oh my God.
That, I think, in the vacation movies, the girl that Chevy Chase wants to fuck.
Oh,
is
yeah.
so hot too.
She's really hot. Doesn't she? She gets arrested for skinny dipping in that movie, right?
I think something.
It's something like that happens.
Yeah.
Did you see the Ed Helms one?
No.
I thought it was pretty good.
I did not.
Because he plays...
He's Rusty.
Yes. And the way they reference... Because it's a remake, but the way it's very meta, the way they do it. I thought it was pretty funny. I thought you would have seen that. Damn.
No, I didn't catch that.
I think you would like it. It's got a lot of good fucking... like really fucked up jokes in it that are pretty good. Anyway, man. I wanted to talk to you about Chucky, but I didn't get to fucking finish it, so I feel like an asshole even bringing it up.
It's all right, next time.
Yeah, man.
Great show. If you like the Child's Play movies, the Chucky series on CFU and USA is excellent.
Yeah, man. Fucking damn, dude. This is what happens when I don't smoke weed for too long. I don't get spacey enough, and now I'm like scrambling. I'm scrambling. Fucking excited for the shows tonight. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, no, this is we're just two fucking old potatoes on the road, man.
That is true, man. We also got way too high last night, and
except I gave you an edible last night that you were not ready. You fell asleep fully clothed with your book across your crotch like this.
Yes, that happened. We'd also smoked, and I was in I was in it all, dude. Talladega Nights was on. I'm reading a cool book. I'm messaging a lady who's messaging me nasty things, and it all just culminated into me just in bliss.
Yep,
a moment of bliss.
You had some chips and some candy,
dude.
And we each had 100 milligrams of chocolate bar. And
it
crept up on me, and then I was high.
That's what I wanted to ask you about. Now that we've brought up,
yeah.
What do you dream about? Because Zach dreams crazy. You ever no disrespect, but you dream like a dog does when it has nightmares, where you're like, you're like kicking and you're yelling, and I'm like, what the hell is this man dreaming of? Who's killing him in his dreams?
I have night terrors. Fun fact, guys: if you have night terrors, you get to punch your chick once. So save it. You get one good shot. So really, if you can keep it to yourself, and there's a night she really deserves a pop, you really get one. You got to apologize immediately, but you get one. And no, I just have horrible night terrors. A lot of them. I mean, it's probably because we saw the bug before I went to bed.
Nah.
So a lot of them are going to be bugs. A lot of them are bugs coming out of drains, or out of drawers, or out of sheets. And I was also dreaming last night that there was a gap under our door, and there were hands coming.
Oh, Jesus! Like drag me to hell type shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So there was hands coming under the door, and I had something else. I had a few bad ones last night. I remember waking up yelling at someone, and then I just turned to you, and I was like, "I'm so sorry."
Yeah, but you weren't yelling. You were just like, huh, huh.
Yeah.
You were probably yelling in your dream more.
I wake myself up a lot yelling, "Shut the fuck up."
So I was looking for something Fega sent me this morning that had me laughing, and because he texted me the stories I was sharing of us. He said that's the most on the road with Zach stories I've ever seen. And then I messaged him because he goes on the road to you. I said, what do you do about the snoring? And he wrote earplugs, sleep mask, Bluetooth speakers, white noise. Like he wrote a list of things.
Well, he has now a sleep mask that has earbuds in it. And he puts on noise over because we do the road so much together.
Yeah. I'm investing next time.
Yeah, what do you?
I did fine though. You didn't wake me up or anything.
It wasn't like you didn't sleep at all.
I did. So when you started though, I have a thing where I can sleep through any noise, but your snoring was so different and sporadic that to get the tone, you know what I mean? Like, for example, if I'm listening to a movie, the movie's at a certain volume, or I know it, I'm like, okay, I know what's happening. I can just let it become ambient noise. Yeah. Yours, trying to get it to become ambient noise, I'd be like, all right, it's just this. Then I'd hear like, and I'd be like, oh, Jesus. I'm like, all right, anticipate that. And I just had to keep anticipating pitches. It was so funny.
Yeah, no, and then it's also like being in the car all day, having a few pops. You know, so I had a couple beers in me, and then we're in nature, so somebody's sinuses are not great right now. I'm a as I described to you in the car, Alex. I am what's known as a dazzling urbanite. I am not built for the outside.
Yeah,
and my ear, nose, and throat are not doing well since we've been in nature. By the way, this is nature to me.
Right? Just trees.
Yeah, just trees around it all. When I was a kid, I played soccer, and if I played soccer on Saturday, I was almost guaranteed to miss school on Monday because I would be so sick from running in the grass.
I was bad, dude. I no more either. This is not a problem anymore, dude. If I looked at poison ivy, full breakout, like Toxic Avenger level of poison ivy. I've had stayed out of school for it.
Mm-hmm. I tried playing football in high school. I was on the wrestling team, so they were like, just play football. It was like, you don't have to play, but just come to practice so you get in shape for wrestling season. And after a couple days, I came home, and I remember the kids in the locker room being like, what's wrong with your head? I'd be like, shut up, faggot. You know, like, you got a big head. Yeah. And I came home, and my head was like, I had a giant head, and it was like hanging down. My lip was big.
Oof.
And my mom just lost her fucking mind and drove me to the hospital. By the way, the hospital just gave me Benadryl, which is what I said to please give me. But, I mean, I looked frightening.
I believe it.
I had like a full elephant
molten man. Yeah.
And apparently something bit me that I was severely allergic to. Because I'm allergic to it, but I'm allergic to penicillin, sulfur, and an accoutrement of outdoorsy things.
Nice.
I found out when I was a kid. I think it was sulfur. We went on vacation, and I took some medication, and my entire body, I had hives on hives on hives.
Ooh.
Like I looked like I was all bumps. I looked like I had scales.
You look like an X-Men villain.
Yeah, ever since
thing.
Ever since then, I'm very trepidatious about what I take and when I'm not an outdoor boy. I do the beach. Beach doesn't fuck me.
Really? That's interesting, dude. I'm a beach guy myself. I love I'd stay on the beach all fucking day, like all.
Yeah, I like the beach. I like the water. I don't like grass. I don't like trees.
Interesting. I'm not I can be by trees and all that, but at the end of the day, I'm not a camper. I want a cabin at the bare minimum. I do not fuck with fucking tents and, tying up your trash, putting a fire, none of that. I'm a prissy boy when it comes to that shit.
There's a John Panette line. He said, any place without room service, I consider camping.
Yeah, that makes sense. Exactly. You mentioned, too, you have a thing with bugs. Did you ever see the movie Mimic?
Yeah.
What do you think of that shit?
That gets me.
Yeah.
The one that really gets me is it the first Creep Show has the old man with all the roaches?
That's the end. Yep. They come out of him. Yeah. Real roaches, too.
Yeah, I hate anything. Yeah, I got a bug thing lately for the last couple of years. It's just been my go-to nightmare. I've talked about it with my therapist. Here's a little look into the old Zacky Poo's mind. I have dreams that I'm home in the house I grew up in. Yeah. And there's bugs pouring out of all the faucets and drains.
That's some real horror. That's straight out of horror movie shit. Yeah.
And then my therapist was like, "What do you think bugs mean?" And I'm like, "Secret shames and embarrassments and making me feel dirty." And she's like, "So you're gonna need to start working on that, huh?" And I'm like, "Yeah, and I really did your job for you, huh?"
The thing that fucks me up about like that movie Mimic and bugs, like giant, because I hate cockroaches, but they're giant, but they're in the subways. So when I'm as a comic in New York City, I take the subways at night a lot, and I'm in those literal subways from the movie, and you see creepy people like that. It fucks with me, dude. I'm always waiting for one of those things to pull me into the dark.
Yeah, and lately I've had a thing with rats because they knocked down the building next to me,
And they all got in, migrated.
and no, they're all in the street now.
Oh,
And the way my building works is we just do garbage like once a week, but it's giant piles. And on garbage night, it is like a fucking free-for-all in front of my building.
Ooh.
And I mean big cocksuckers.
dude, they're as big as cats, some of them.
And they're so fucking gnarly big. And then I just see these fucking old Asian ladies in gardening hats, like swatting them away to grab cans.
Dude, they don't give a fuck. They're
I
like,
would fucking cry the first time I touched one.
Dude, it's more of a disease thing. Like, I can't be near a rat because I know all the shit they have in them and on them, and I can't. No, I won't do it.
Yeah, no, they've been hardcore in the street. But then the fucked up thing is, because it's also like a busy street, so there's just like flat ones all the time in front of the building now. The whole thing is a fucking absolute. Oh god, it really fucking. Excuse me, I have two cats. My little one found a dead rat baby.
Ooh.
And we haven't had anything in the house. It must have come up and not made it far, or my cat saw it and fucking went apeshit on it. But I'm sitting on it. My wife wasn't home, so I'm dropping one with the doors open, and here comes my little cat Gus, and I'm going, "Oh, look at you, Gus! You got one of your mice, like one of his toys."
Yeah.
And I'm going, "When the fuck did we buy Gus a realistic rubber mouse? That's gross." And then I'm watching him play with it, and he's like, remember when Kramer had the hot soup when he was trying to cook in between all the apartments? He's literally like throwing it in the air, and he's running at me with the psycho look on his face, and I realize it's a real dead mouse. Or it's a baby rat, more likely.
Yeah.
And I just get up. I'm still shitting. And I just slam the door, and I hear him collide with it like Kramer would.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting on the bowl, and I'm like, oh, my God, I have to deal with that in the hallway now. And then from under the door, he just takes his little paws and puts the dead rat on my foot.
That's sweet.
As a presentation.
Right. I do this for you. Yeah.
Thank God I was already on the toilet, because apparently my body's reaction to mouse on foot is liquid shit. I mean, I could have taken off.
Jeez, yeah, it's
and then I had to put it in a paper towel roll and throw it out the window. That same. There's that one. And the old cat Loomis, who's no longer with us. He would at least box him up a little and leave him alive.
Yeah.
Gus, but then I think because Gus has all like these play mice. Every time he catches one and brings it to me, in his head, is he killing mice? In his head, is he just putting up souls?
Yeah, right.
And he thinks like, oh yeah, this is what we do all day, Dad.
Yeah.
Like all my wife's hair ties that he fucking attacks, all the toys that he rips open. All day is this motherfucker like, that's what I do, bitch.
Yeah, all cats are like that.
I take souls, motherfucker.
Cats, left to their own devices, kill and torture things and eat. They do eat, but like they do that shit for fun. They're fucked up.
I had bought my wife a taxidermied bat in a heart-shaped velvet coffin. You know, goth people got to do goth people shit. And we had it hung up, and it fell off the wall, so we had it on top of a dresser. And one day I come home, and it's on the floor, face completely eaten, so that it's now a skeleton face. Pretty scary.
Yeah, pretty. Yeah.
And then the entire belly had been ripped open because he went for the guts and saw stuffing and just left it. But yeah, now I'm thinking, oh, this guy is
murderers. They all are
murderer.
They have it in their DNA. The my cat dude did a very similar thing, but much more disrespectfully with a mouse. And you'll relate to this too because of your foot thing. I was barefoot. I went to go put on shoes barefoot.
Oh, you put it in your shoe?
She put it in my shoe. I stuck my foot in, and I went, what is that? I pulled it out, and just hair and blood on my foot, and then there was just this dead, wet mouse, and I was furious because it was like I felt it, and I'm like, oh, and then my shoe, it stunk. It was terrible, dude. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I have a
Dickhead
few
Sheba.
friends that have cats that are not like outside cats, but they spend a few hours a day lounging, and they fuck birds up. That's what we do for my cats when we're not going to be home if they're being a little too rambunctious.
Yeah.
We got bird YouTube. We got cat YouTube where they just put bird seed out in like the forest and film everything that eats it, and the cats will fucking chill all day.
Just watch
and be like, "What's up?"
I had a.
They do the little.
I had a cat.
Well, then they check behind the TV. There's a red bird they both want to kill so bad.
Yeah.
That's on it. And whenever the red bird's on, they're like, "Oh, this motherfucker! I know this motherfucker." And then they'll look around the TV to see if he's there, and they'll be like, "Fuck, he's just on the TV."
Yeah.
Again.
Forgot the cat's name, but we had a cat in a mutual friend's apartment, and she would sit at the window and just look at the birds and go,
yeah.
And it was so cute, but we knew she was trying to. If she could, she would have eaten all of them.
My Uncle Rich had a cat that became my grandma's cat named Molyas. And Molyas lived in the basement of my grandma's house in North Bergen. And my grandpa was a big, bearded glasses man with a smaller but similar frame to myself. And he sat in like his Archie Bunker recliner, and he had a big bald spot in the back. And Molyas, no matter where he was in the house, would launch at it because he was obsessed with getting like a full slash down the bald spot. So my poor grandpa always just had a gaping wound.
Jesus Christ.
Because Molyas would just get on the table, and for some reason just hated my grandpa's bald spot.
Molyas. That name is an evil name.
Yeah,
for
it was
a cat,
Molyas. Yeah, Molyas was.
That sounds like
Molyas might have been in the Bund. I got to be honest with you.
Oh man, dude. We're almost at an hour. Look at that, dude. Look at that, Zach. I'm trying to think of anything else I'd want to cover with you.
Well, you can have me next time.
Of course, dude.
Yeah,
I'd love to have you again. We'll have you. We only did it with you and me. I usually have two people.
Yeah.
So I'd love to do it with like you and Pete another
we'll
time
do that,
too.
and then next time we're on the road, we'll just make it like a road session.
Yeah, man, that'd be fucking great, dude. Yeah, you know what? I feel like what do you got to plug, man? What do you got? It's the people who I'm sure they know you, but let them know.
I got some podcasts you can come check out. Real Ass Podcast every Monday, Wednesday, Friday on the Gas Digital Network on the same channel. Bye Guys with Ian Fidance on Thursdays, and Friday nights at midnight, Zac Amico's Midnight Spook Show with Alex, which Alex has been on. And I got a movie coming out. Hashtag Shakespeare Shitstorm should be out on Blu-ray soon. We got a screening coming up at Smodcastle Cinemas, as well as I got a bunch of other movies coming down the pike. So please just follow me on Instagram at Zach is not funny. And thank you for having me on, dude.
Yeah, of course, bro. Guys, follow me at Silly Sally on Instagram, and follow the podcast at Yes Offense Podcast on Instagram. Subscribe to YouTube. Check it out on Spotify and iTunes. Leave a review. 5 stars, I'd appreciate it. And this should be coming out then. So Sunday, November 19th, 9 p.m., St. Mark's Comedy Club. I'm doing a show there with Brandon Ledesma. Should be a lot of fun. Sarah Barnett's on the show. Fucking Sean Mullins, Brittany Ledesma, and Sherry. Oh, I forgot Sherry's last name, but she's so fucking funny. God damn it. Sorry, Sherry. And following weekend, following weekend, Saturday, September 25th. I don't know. Why do I keep doing November 25th? Concentric Brewing Company in Portland, Connecticut. Me, Ish Gupta, Kierom Lawrence, fucking Matt Marin, Ronnie Smith, and Marcelino Moosehill. It's going to be a dope show. Please come to that. And, dude, Zach, by the way, dude, thank you for all the stuff you bring me out on the road on. I just want to get that out on the record. It means a lot.
Hey,
it really
my
does.
Pleasure, man. You always got to pay it forward.
And,
it's been a joy to
that
have
means
you.
a lot. Like, you shout me out on the other podcasts. It's really cool.
My pleasure,
it's really
man.
cool.
Thank you for earning it.
Oh, thanks. And, guys, we'll see you soon. And peace, nerds. Peace. Thanks, buddy.